Papz, aka Papa Mitru, Meek Mill's official producer for Dream Chaser Records. Yeah, man, getting signed to Dream Chasers was an absolutely crazy dream. I never even thought that was gonna happen. How it all happened, it was crazy. I was friends with a couple people who were kind of incorporated in the Dream Chaser field, like DJ Brand, who's Meek Mill's DJ. I was pretty good friends with Cruz at the time. We were just sending beats here and there and stuff like that. It wasn't anything too serious at the time. But what's funny is it was just one night in college. It was just a regular night in college. And, we're just hanging out with friends and, playing video games, the stuff we do. And I'm still in college. I still got a year left. I went to sleep, and sometimes, when you go to sleep and you wake up and you check your phone. I checked my phone at 4 a.m. And I look at my direct messages. I'm like, oh, I got a direct message. See who it is. Click on it. It's Coon Philly. I'm like, yo, wait, whoa, what? I click on it. He's like, you got heat. And he didn't even know I was friends with DJ Brand, and I was already sending beats to Cruz at the time. So I told him yo, I'm sending beats to Cruz already. Appreciate it, bro. And I didn't think yo, we want to sign you, blah blah blah. I didn't think any like that. I just thought it was kind of just a compliment because someone tagged him in one of my videos on Instagram. So, but next thing you know, it was about a week later. I was in class, and I get a phone call from DJ Brand, and he was like, "Yo, Coon's on the line," and I was in class, and I immediately just put my phone down real quick, and I just flipped my entire table and I just ran out the door. My teacher was probably looking at me like, yo, what's good with this kid? I ran out the door and I was on the phone with them, just walking in circles when I was on the phone because I could not believe what the hell was happening. They were like, yo, we want to sign you. We want to make you Meek's producer. Blah, blah, blah. How Metro has Future and, stuff like that. And I was just like, damn, I couldn't even believe what I was hearing. So it took about a month after it was signed and got the deal done, and it's just ever since been rocking with the Chasers. Right now we're working on wins and losses, and how Meek said, we got a lot to talk about if it's wins and losses. The shit I got on the album is probably the illest setup I have ever seen. It's a blessing because I go from the intro to these scars with Jordan Banks and Future, and then I got this banger, Connect the Dots, with Yo Gotti and Rick Ross. So it's just crazy because I'm 21 years old and I never thought I was gonna go this far, and it's just crazy to see how much you can progress if you put the time and dedication in. So far as wins and losses, we dropped another song before called Young Dreams with YFN Lucci and Barcelini. That shit was crazy. That was on the Meek and 2 mixtape. That shit was a banger. So when I did the wins and losses tracks, the intro was kind of something I kind of went on YouTube and was just digging for samples and stuff, and I came across a sample and it had so much energy to it, and I was just going yo, this is something right here. I made the beat and I had 808s, the kicks, regular stuff, and I made it hype, and then I left it there and I did nothing with it. Went back a month later, I was just going through my beats and just playing them, and I came across that beat again. And I was listening to it. I'm like, yo, I can make this way crazier. There's no way I can give away the sample just like that. This can't be trash. So I sat down for 2 hours in the studio and I just completely redid that beat. And I was yo, this is some outro or some intro type stuff. I immediately sent that shit to Meek, and I was like, yo, this is crazy right here. The Connect the Dots joint, that was crazy too, because I wanted something with instruments that I made, some brass, because brass, that's my favorite instrument to use, trumpets and stuff like that. So I try to make it, something you go to the club and you hear. So I kind of wanted to make it kind of I'm a boss, but kind of on another level, like on some steroids. Same thing with the intro. I wanted to make it kind of like Dreams and Nightmares too, but I wanted to make it something bigger, like a statement to the people. So sometimes when you're in the locker room or you're on a football team and you hear that song play, that just shit just gets you amped up and you just get chills going right up your body. But yeah, and the Connected Dots joint, that shit was crazy. I heard that when I was in Miami with Meek. I heard that song and that shit was just, I was like, yo, I know this song is gonna go big. Because just the way Meek flows on that, the way Rick Ross has his verse, Yo Gotti's got his verse on there, the way the kick, the way the 808 hits, the way the brass, the whole package of that song is just unreal. For These Scars, I was same shit with the intro. I was just digging for samples and I came across a sick sample and I kind of wanted to make it an acoustic vibe with like acoustic drums. The only acoustic part about that song that's not so acoustic is maybe the hi-hats. Kind of had some like trap hi-hats in there. But that song is really unique because Jordan kind of lays a chorus on there, kind of speaking about like, you know, just like the struggle. Like, what does he say? Like, the land gave us was always ours. Don't close the doors. See, I forget what he said, but it was like some shit you can definitely feel and people can relate to. Meek did his thing on that too. Meek went crazy on that song. Then we got Future on that too, and Future just because it was dope. Because I remember I was Connecticut at the concert with Meek, and Meek was showing, he was like, "Yo, hear this," and I was listening to it, and I was like, "Yo, this is pretty dope," because like you would never hear Future on a beat like this. And he was like, yeah, because he rapping on, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? I was like, damn right, like that shit was crazy. That whole vibe was nuts. So that song, that's like one of the most anticipated songs right now is These Scars. So I can't wait for that to drop.